What's up, you guys? So I'm gonna do a story time for my first video. I'm kind of straight going into it because this is my first video. So, but yeah, I'm gonna do a story time. This one's kind of like new. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's like story times like this. Anyways, yes. So, first paranormal experience. So, I was living in this house. It was my grandma's house. And my mom and dad lived in it too. So, we was kind of like, it was my brother, my sister, my mom, my dad, and my grandma. And we all, us 6, we all lived in the house. And there were only 3 bedrooms, so me and my siblings shared, and then my mom and dad, blah, 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 blah. Don't need to know all that. And one day, you know, my grandma, she had left. I guess she went out of town, I think. She went to Florida because her mom lives in Florida. So she would always go. But, yeah, so she would always go to, like, Florida. That was the main place she went. Oh, my God. And she would go out with her boyfriend at the time. So they would go, like, to places. I think they were dating. I could be wrong on that, but I don't know. But, so yeah, so my mom was downstairs. I remember this day like it was yesterday. I swear on everything. So, I think before this, I got this dream catcher. And if y'all don't know what a dream catcher is, which I'm pretty sure everybody does, but it catches your dream. Dream catcher, catch dream. Get it? No? Okay. But, I had this dream catcher, and it was pretty small. It wasn't big. It was nothing, like, fancy or whatever. And this was, like, late at night because it had to be because my brother and my sister were asleep. So, it's whatever. But my mom was downstairs, okay? So, she was in the living room watching TV. It was pretty dark downstairs. She was doing her own thing. And then my dad was in the room watching TV, and his light was on, everything like that, right? So, then I go into my room with my brother and sister. I'm about to go to bed. I put the dream catcher on this little screw because we had bunk beds. So I put it like on the screw, and I, just sat it there, right? When I first walked in, I turned on, or I think the lamp was already on. I think was it the lamp? No. It was the main light. The main light, because it had turned off, right? And I think actually, no, it was the lamp. So the lamp was on. I'm sorry. So the lamp was on, and I was putting on my dream catcher, whatever. It was quiet in there. All of a sudden, it turns off. So I'm like, what the heck? And I looked at the lamp, right? And I didn't see nothing. So I looked at the lamp, and I was real confused. I thought maybe the power had went out. It just, like, shortage. I don't know. So then I go out, and at this time, I had to have been, like, 11, 12. Maybe 10 or 11, 12. Something like that. So I go into my mom and dad's room, or my dad's room, or whatever. And I asked my dad, I'm like, did your light turn off? And he's like, no. And so I look back at the room, and I'm like, huh, that's weird. Like, I had this real confused face on. So then, I think he had said why, and I was like, because my light had just turned off or whatever. So then, after that, I started walking to my door. So I'm walking to the door, and I look up, and so first of all, as soon as you come into the door, there's a wall, and the lamp was right there. So, like, it's, like, real hard to explain, but, like, the first thing you see is the lamp. So, I go in, right by the lamp, there's this thing just floating around. And I swear to God, I swear on my life, I'm not, like, exaggerating. I'm not lying. I'm telling the God's honest truth. There was this, it's called an orb. So I saw this orb just flying around. Oh, my God, my heart dropped. My heart dropped. I screamed. And honestly, like, I'm surprised my dad didn't even, like, get up and rush in there, or my mom rushed up the stairs, because I screamed so loud like I was getting murdered. Like, oh my Lanza, it was so bad. Like, I was so scared. And it's just floating. I did not step foot in that room afterwards. So I'm screaming, and my dad's like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" So I go in there, and I'm crying, and I'm like, "Oh my God, there was something in there." Like, I couldn't catch my breath. I was stuttering and everything like that. And then my mom was like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" And I'm like, "There's something in there. There was something floating around." So I'm just like freaking out, and I think they believed me, but they kind of were like laughing and were like, "Oh my God, calm down, it's okay, it's okay." So then they were like, just go to bed. I'm like, nah, man, I ain't going back in that room. What you mean? That's funny. But, so yeah, after that, he was like, okay, well, you can just sleep in here. So they made a little padding on the floor. I did not fall asleep that night. I was so scared. They had fell asleep. The lights were off, and I'm like, I was so scared. So I was laying on my stomach, and I would like, hear things like the house creak or whatever. So I'm hearing things, and I'm getting all scared and everything like that. So then I'm just laying there, and I have my comforter over my head, right? And I make this like little hole for where my nose can go so I can breathe. So I'm just laying there, and I'm breathing, and I just have my eyes wide open, and I'm just like shaking and everything. And I was shaking, crying, everything. Oh my God, it was so bad. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, oh my God, hurry up, let's be dead. Like, I can't do this. So finally, I think I did fall asleep for a little bit, but I didn't want to. I was scared. So that was pretty much it. And like after that, I think I was very hesitant to go into my room. I did not want to go in that. And then I got rid of the dream catcher, I'm pretty sure. And that's why I do not like dream catchers. Don't ever give me a dream catcher. Like, it's so bad. So bad. But yeah, until this day, even I know, like, yeah, till this day, I have to sleep with the comforter over my head and my nose kind of out. Sometimes I can kind of sleep it off. I'm getting better at it. Like, it can kind of come off, but not much. Because I be getting real scared. And, like, I watch scary movies. I'm in love with scary movies. So, watching scary movies, like, I just watched The Conjuring, right, with my family. And, I'm, like, freaking out. And, like, somebody gonna grab my feet and pull me. So, I gotta, like, tuck myself in. Oh, my God. Y'all don't even understand. But, yeah. So, that was my first paranormal, like, experience. I've always had paranormal experiences. So has my parents. Like, in, like, all of my houses. Even the one that I'm living in. I mean, my dogs have barked constantly, like, at, like, the wall, like, for no reason. And we just know that something's in here, like, super scary. And I know, like, I mean, there's been other things happening. Like, we'll hear things. My parents said they've heard, not in this house, I don't think, they've heard children laughing. Like, see, I can watch scary movies, but dealing with it on my own, that's a no-go for me. So, but yeah, that was my story time. I'm gonna make another video, I don't know when, some point of time. So, y'all stay tuned for that. Like I said, go subscribe to me and my girlfriend's channel. That will be in the description. And then subscribe to this one. Like it. Duh, y'all know the drill.